All right, Zoom. I guess we'll start it early.
Recording in progress.
And nobody told you to go into full screen. Let me share my screen so our home screen is ready. Let's go to this page. Oh, it's me. Where we want to be over here. That's my 5 minutes. That's up right on time and didn't even need to be reminded. Now let me set my timer for, I'm going to set it for 30 minutes. That should put us at, no, I don't like that. We got to stop it. We got to set it for 40 minutes. We need to do a custom time. 40 minutes. Let's start it now. All right. This ain't no R&B bling. Hopefully nothing happens. But you know, sometimes this technology does what it wants to do. So that's ready to go. Okay. Do a boomerang. Not my eyebrow twitching like that. Sir, don't nobody the stuff people post, I swear. Okay, anyway. I'm starting on time too, so I'm gonna give it like 3 to 5 minutes before I actually start talking, but it's supposed to be going on now. And let me check my email, make sure nobody having an issue getting in here. Because you know, sometimes people will be like, I'm trying to get into the class and I cannot get in. I don't see any emails about anybody trying to get in and can't get in, so that ain't the thing. You know, if you're on time, you're late. So it is exactly 7 o'clock right now. And I ain't gonna be on here all night, so I'm starting on time. And after this is done, it's done. How do you keep this pinned to the thing? Pause recording, stop recording. Let me pause recording.
Recording stopped.
Raise hand gestures. I don't want to hide the meeting controls. I want them to be pinned to the thing. Escape. Oh, I forgot I'm screen sharing. What are you doing? You can't check your email on the screen. Good, goofy. You need to check it on a different window. Who does that? Only me. So make sure. No. Mail. And I hope nobody thought like, oh, I don't have to sign up. I'll just go on YouTube because you can't see anything but me on YouTube. Honestly, I'm only gonna show myself while I'm going through the whole class. I'm not going to turn the screen around, so you won't be able to see anything. I did a YouTube live before with a screen and, well, like sharing my screen, and it was a lot of extra steps to even get that to be possible. So I said I would not do that again, but I need to go live more on YouTube. So here I am. But if nobody joins, I will figure out how I can. I'm not going to figure anything out. I'll just I'll just go through the presentation and then stop streaming and call it a day. Is what I will do. I already told everybody I was not doing a replay. That's what I need to do. Well, it's a good thing nobody's on here yet because I need to actually Google Drive. Let me upload this worksheet to my Google Drive so everybody can follow along when I get to that part. We want to upload a new file, and it's going to be this one, I believe. Yep. Let's get you out of the way. Why am I using the trackpad like I don't have a mouse? All right, so we got that. Let me minimize that. I'm gonna share it. Only people with access can open the link. Anybody with the link, I'm gonna copy the link. And that is going in the chat. But I am only going to keep this link active for the duration of this video. Okay. What's going on over here? Anything? Nothing. Didn't think so. All right, cool. And then where are my... All right, well, it is 7:04. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, minimize. All right, so welcome to Strategic Scheduling, featuring Acuity Scheduling. This is the thing that I've been telling all of my beauty professional friends about, all my nail techs, all my lash techs, all my hairstylists. been telling them about this, how to do this, how it can enhance their income, make things a little more stable, and kind of set the tone for how they want their business to go going forward. So they are not like missing out on money, working all these long hours trying to hit these revenue goals. So I'm gonna get into it. It is 7:05 and class started at 7. So anybody that comes in is gonna just, be catching whatever they can catch. Um, I will check the email one more time just to make sure that nobody is having any issues getting in. Um, but I don't think anybody is having any problems getting in. So we're going to just keep it rolling. So, strategic scheduling. Who am I? I'm Sarissa. I'm also known as Orlando Nail Tech. I am a licensed nail tech in 2 different states, in Ohio and in Florida. I have developed a passion over the years for helping beauty professionals and service providers in general, like know their worth, figure out how they can make more money, diversify their income, learn new skills, all of the above. So I created this course as well as every other course that I've created to help all the service providers do the things that they've been thinking about doing and they're just like, I don't even know where to start or how to get it done, but they want to do it. Just want to give a disclaimer. This is a strategic scheduling class where I will be showing a demo of how to implement the process in Acuity scheduling. It is not something that is necessarily unique to Acuity. It is a process that I came up with, but I am not being paid by Acuity. I'm not being paid by Squarespace. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. This is not a promo for their platform or anything like that. So I just want to get that out of the way. I will leave a little bit of time at the end for any questions, but this is not going to be a super long class. It is scheduled to go to 7:45, and I am committed to getting everything in within that time frame, questions and all. So just letting you guys know that that's a little housekeeping. So why did I create strategic scheduling, or why did I even create this course? So let's go back. The course came way after the process. I created strategic scheduling years ago as a nail tech myself, trying to figure out how am I supposed to make money as a nail tech? Like, how is this supposed to work? I pretty much was, like, okay, I'm trying to build clientele in a new city. Nobody knows me here. I'm trying to make real money. I'm not just trying to like wing it and hope that I make the money. And I got tired of my income being inconsistent. I got tired of feeling like I needed to work a second job or, do something on the side or do all these side hustles. I just really got tired of that. And I wanted to have a little more control over like what I make versus making the bare minimum or making almost what people would consider like minimum wage. This is a licensed profession. Estheticians, lash techs, hairstylists, nail techs, all of the above, barbers, we have to be licensed. We have to go to school. We don't maybe have to go to a 4-year university, but we do have to go get some sort of education. We have to take and pass a test to get licensed. And then we have to maintain our license in good standing. So that requires money, that requires time, that requires continuing education. So none of us want to be paid minimum wage or feel like, we have to lowball our services just so we can get people to book with us. So moving on, that's why I created the class. What's going to happen in this little short 45-minute class? Well, let me tell you, you are going to learn who, what, when, where, and why you need to use strategic scheduling. I'm going to share with you a mini case study. Like I said earlier, I have shared this process with any service provider I came into contact with who expressed any issues with what they're making, how often they're working, all of that. I have shared this with pretty much anybody who would ask. So I created a mini case study just illustrating how it took one service provider from point A to point B and got them earning more and working less. I'm also, of course, going to do a strategic scheduling live demo right in Acuity. This is going to be my actual Acuity site. So we're going to be in the back end of my Acuity. You're going to see how I set everything up. And then we're also going to see how a client would view it on their side. So front end and back end. Then I'm going to go through the demo of the strategic scheduling workbook. Create the process. Oh, I don't know. I had a little bit of lag. Do we have maybe we have another participant in here? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it went into dark mode because it's dark. Okay. Um, so I'm going to go through the strategic scheduling interactive workbook, which helps you plan out your income, list all your services, and kind of get that organized so you can actually use strategic scheduling to your benefit. Then there's going to be a bonus for anybody who attends and stays until the very end. There's actually going to be 2 bonuses, but there are going to be some bonuses for people who stick in there with me and stay to the end. It's literally only a 45-minute class. So it's, nothing you got to, it's not going to be hours and hours and hours of you trying to stay connected. And then at the end, I'm just going to tell you how to keep in touch if you want to. And that's how this class is going to roll out. So let's get started. So who, what, when, where, and why? Well, what is strategic scheduling? It is a way to evenly distribute your services by price and allows you to balance your time to price ratio. So putting services out there that make you the most amount of money in the less amount of time. So working smarter and not harder, making more without having to work more or to take on more people. Many service providers are convinced that they just need a whole bunch of clients. They need to do 10 people a day so they can make some money. And that's not really true. You don't necessarily need to take more people. Sometimes it's just a matter of really understanding what you're charging and why you're charging that and targeting the right clientele. And then strategic scheduling also helps you plan your income. I say weekly just because that's just an easier number to work with when you're like, hey, I want to make $1,000 a week. I want to make $1,500 a week because days fluctuate. This is a very up and down profession. So things fluctuate all the time. Some days you may make $500. Some days you may make $100. So I don't really like to go by the day, even though in school, a lot of us are told by the OGs that we need to plan our income for the day and say, hey, I want to make $100 a day. I want to make $200 a day. That is in practice not always realistic. To me, it's a lot easier to just judge it by the week. So even if you didn't hit your $200 day, you may hit a $500 day later in the week. But if you're stressing about that day that you didn't even hit 200, that's just not going to be helpful for you. You know what I'm saying? So let me double check and stop and make sure nobody is trying to get in or having any issues getting in, and then I'll keep going. Looks like everything is everything. Okay. All right, so we're going to keep on rolling. So a poll, and you can drop your answer in the chat. The poll is, when you're shopping online and you sort, how do you usually sort? Do you sort from low to high? Do you sort from highest price to lowest price? Do you sort from the thing with the best reviews? Do you sort from the thing that was most recently added? How do you sort when you are shopping online? And again, you can drop your answers in the chat. I'm also going to put up a poll if you don't want to put your answers in the chat. I already have created the poll. So if anybody wants to go ahead and vote, go right ahead. And I'm going to give it a couple, maybe 30 seconds for people to vote. And then I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to have some water while we wait. I know y'all didn't come here for me to drink water. All right, so that's 30 seconds. Poll is done. I'm going to end the poll. And we're going to keep going. So most people said they sort by low to high. Exactly. So that's part of marketing. And this is not a marketing class, so I'm not going to get all into that. I do have a marketing class if you're interested on brandyourart.com, but we're not going to get into that right now. But you do need to get into the head of your client. And some things are universal no matter what it is. So most people, when they go online shopping and go online to do anything, they do sort from low to high. They want to see what's the lowest price they can get for something. You may think, oh, I offer services. That's not the same. They're not going to do that. That's psychologically, they probably are really doing that. They may not even intend to do it. Even the way you list your services out, you're probably more likely to list your lower price services first. So that's what they see first. But so psychologically, people are already trained to sort low to high. So it's not surprising that most people picked low to high. Not surprising at all. All right. So where can you use strategic scheduling? This is a question I've gotten from service providers over the years. They're like, well, okay, you use Acuity. You can show me how to do it in there, but like, can I use it anywhere else? Of course you can. You can use strategic scheduling in any booking app as long as that booking app allows you to set timing for individual services. So say for example, you're a nail tech and you have full sets. So you have a full set that has no designs, no nail art. That's one price. And then you have a full set that is very intricate, hand painted art, characters, something like that. And that's super expensive. If your booking site allows you to set two different schedules for those services, even though they're in the same category, then you can use this. You can also do a workaround where you literally don't categorize your services and set different times. As long as your booking site allows you to set different times for services, instead of saying, okay, she's open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and those are your opening hours. If it doesn't put you in a box like that and lets you really customize everything in the back end, you can use strategic scheduling. You do not have to do it in Acuity. I only do the demo in Acuity because that is the booking app that I use that I am most familiar with. Just saying. You can also use it other places online. And what I mean by that is, say, for instance, you sell physical products on an e-commerce store. So you sell a product that actually gets shipped out. You sell several different products and you have a big range of products going from low to high. The scarcity mindset, again, this is not a marketing class, but I'm going to put it out there. Scarcity mindset, when people know there's not enough of a resource to go around, the demand goes up. So instead of having, plenty in stock for your highest ticket item, maybe you need to have lower stock for your highest ticket item. Just so people know they need to hop on it or it's going to be gone. Or not even your highest ticket item. It may be your best selling item. If they feel like, oh, everybody else is getting this and I need to get it, and there's only one left or two left, you can use the same principle of strategic scheduling even for physical products. So yes, you can do it in other booking apps and other places online. Definitely. Not the sign deciding to start blinking. Okay, so back to where you can use it. I just said, and I'll reiterate, I'll recap. Any booking site that allows you to customize availability per appointment. That's per appointment, not something that makes blanket statements about your availability, like you're available Mondays and Tuesdays from 9 to 6, and they can book any service throughout the day on Mondays and Tuesdays. Not that. It has to be where it'll let you do it individually. Also, if you have physical products or digital products on a website. Adjusting available quantity, just like I just said. So that's the recap of where you can use it. Who is strategic scheduling for? All right. So if we're speaking service providers only, it is for people who are using a booking app. You can do it, I guess, if you have people booking you via text, but that's just a lot to keep up with to try to figure out, what services are going to add up to your weekly income goal. And a lot of that's where this starts. Strategic scheduling starts with your weekly income goal. So if you don't have that all mapped out in an organized fashion, like a booking site, it's going to be kind of hard to do it without one. I would not recommend doing it without some kind of booking app. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you which ones to get. I don't get paid by Acuity, so I'm not necessarily even recommending that to you. I don't even give you a link to sign up for Acuity in the description of this video or any of the sign up materials. So you don't need to do it on Acuity. You just need to be using some sort of booking app that lets you customize your availability. It is also for people who have growing or established clientele. It is going to be very hard to reach your income goal if you're like one of those people. I'm sorry, y'all. This blinking of this light is bugging me. So anyway, it's going to be very hard to reach your weekly income goal if you only have a client here and a client there, and some days you don't work at all, or some weeks you only have 2 people. If that's where you're at, this is probably not going to be beneficial for you, but it's something to keep in mind once you get to where you want to be. But if you have your booking site on your social media and you're being consistent with marketing yourself, it will still work even if you're building clientele. So that's why I put growing clientele as well, because it still will work for you. And then offering a range of services. If you only offer one thing at one price, it's kind of pointless. You don't really need to strategically schedule. You know how many you're going to have to do every week to reach your goal, and it's pretty simple. But if you have a range of services and you have things that range from a low price point to a higher price point, things that seem to be more popular than others, that is going to be like the perfect recipe for using strategic scheduling in your business. And let me go over to YouTube and make sure nobody is asking me anything. Nope. Okay, looks good. So we're going to keep on going. And then why should you use it? If you find that you are working a lot of hours because you have an income goal that you're trying to hit, and you are just trying to make it work with as many clients as you can so you can hit that income goal, and in turn you are working a lot because you maybe they're booking your lower ticket services more frequently, because like I said in that slide about sorting from low to high, if you are a nail tech and they're constantly booking fills instead of soaking off to get a whole new set because they know your fill is $50 and a soak off is 20 and a new set is 70, they're avoiding paying that $90 every time that they keep booking $50, $50. So you're going to have a whole lot more $50 people to reach your income goal if you have so much availability for that fill-in service. If your income fluctuates a lot as a service provider, strategic scheduling may work for you. It is a good way to really set a hard and fast goal and then try to work towards getting there with strategically scheduling your services. And then it sets the tone, just like that fill-in example. If somebody is like, oh, I'm getting a fill-in and I'm just going to keep getting fill-ins until I can't anymore, setting the tone, like letting them know these services are, a little bit scarce. You can't just book it whenever. This is now or never, or you're going to have to pick a different service. And I'll explain a little bit more about how that works as we go through the class. All right, so a quick case study. I told everybody I know, every service provider. Honestly, if a service provider that I don't even know personally was to inbox me, I would definitely tell them, if they're saying I'm struggling with working too much or I don't feel like I'm making any money, I would definitely let them know, like, you need to try this out. And I would also let them know, you have to have clients or it's not going to really work. So if you're just struggling to build clientele or get people to notice you, hold off on strategic scheduling until you get your people kind of lined up. But the quick case study. So we're going to go through it. And this is super quick. I have a really long one that I've created, but I just did a short one for this presentation only. So our subject in this case study, and let's just call her Nicole. Nicole complained about a fluctuating income. She complained that her clients are always booking all these low ticket offers that she has. All of her services that are cheaper, that's what they always book. She says she's having a hard time planning her finances from week to week. One week she's making a lot of money. The next week she's barely making anything. She's working longer hours because her average ticket was so low. She was working 12 plus hours most of the days that she worked. Some weeks she worked 6 or 7 days a week. So What were the objectives? What was I trying to help her do? I was trying to help her work fewer hours. That's first and foremost. I was definitely trying to help her make more money, increase the rate that people book higher ticket services. And then I wanted her to understand that she needed to plan her income to make it work. So the problem is, she had fluctuating income from week to week. One week she's making 800, next week she makes 325. One week she makes 550, the next week she makes 660. That's inconsistent. And then when you add that all up with the cost of living, that's not really even that much money if we put it all together. She was working longer hours, she was coming in early, trying to accommodate these clients and hit these income goals. So she was sometimes doing early morning appointments, late night appointments to accommodate people who got off work later. And at the end of the day, she was having trouble making ends meet. That fluctuating income just makes it very difficult to pay personal and business expenses. And as a service provider, we have both. We have personal bills at home, and then we have our business bills out in our public space. So these were the problems she was dealing with, and it got to be too much. So what did I recommend? Well, I recommended using a revenue planner, something so where she could get a clear picture of, like, what are you bringing in for real? What should you be bringing in, and what can you do to bring it in? She had to get clear on what services she was offering and document the process of how these services are being brought to her clients. That is why I created the interactive worksheets. So we can work through it all and be like, okay, boom, this is what we have. This is what we've been doing. It even lets you break down what services do you really not enjoy doing, and are they actually making you any money? Because a lot of the time we offer things that people didn't ask for and people never book it. And it's like, why do I even offer this? Because I know how to do it. It's kind of pointless for it to even be there. It's going to be too many choices. People are going to get analysis paralysis and not do anything. So we wanted to get her very clear on what she was offering and why, how much she was charging for it, and how that all fits into strategic scheduling. She wanted to also get back to working a normal schedule. I say this all the time. Beauty providers, we work these weird schedules. We work 50, 60-hour weeks. And a lot of the time, the hours do not add up to the money. If you work 50 or 60 hours a week at your employer, you're going to get time and a half over 40 hours. If you are working for yourself and you're not paying yourself time and a half, or you're not putting a premium on services that fall outside of your hours, well, then that's how you end up being overworked and underpaid. So she also, I needed to have her I had to recommend that she optimize her booking site. So she actually was already using Acuity. So I just showed her literally what I'm about to show you in the demonstration after we get through the case study. It's basically allowing people to it's allowing the service provider to determine availability based on the results that they got in their revenue planner. So what you came up with in your revenue planner is how you're going to use the software to strategically schedule and hit your income goals. Let me stop, make sure I don't have any questions or anybody having issues getting into the class. All right, I don't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. And it could be somebody DMing me. I don't know why on Guys Green or somebody would DM me and say I can't get in the class, but I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not checking DMs while I'm on the class. So there's that. So the results. After we mapped out her weekly goals and the breakdown of her services, and which services she wanted to kind of phase out, which services she wanted to do more of, we got a better picture of literally what the income goal is, instead of just aiming it, aimlessly saying I want to make $100 or $200 or $300 a day. We got a weekly income goal and we got a starting point. Once she started implementing this strategic scheduling, she said she went from working 10 to 12-hour days to 8 or less hours a day. So sometimes she said she only had to work like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then she was off the rest of the week because she had hit her income goal Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There were other times when she said she hit her income goal earlier in the week, but she continued with the people who had already booked and ended up making more money, and she still did not work over 40 hours. So I'll show you that as well. I'll show you how to hit that income goal, and it does not necessarily have to be spread over the entire week, and you're waiting for somebody to hopefully prayerfully book. Um, and then she utilized her booking software to strategically schedule so she could hit those income goals. Those were the results. She hit the income goals. She exceeded the income goals a lot of the time after she did this. She did this for 3 months. So there was a lot of data for us to compile and say, okay, look, the first week you tried it, it went this way. By the third month, you're rolling. You got steady income. This is almost because of her clientele. It was almost like literally having a steady paycheck, which is something that is unheard of in this industry, unless you work at like a chain hair salon or something like that. So that's what the results were. So now let's get into the live demo, what everybody has been waiting for. All right, so I actually put the live demo in the presentation, and since my mouth is dry, we're gonna just let it roll. Yeah. Okay, so welcome. Apparently, I had an issue with the passcode. So for whoever just came in, I'm gonna go back and start the demo portion over, just so you guys can see exactly how it works. I will still send a replay because that was definitely my bad. So I can't fault anybody but myself for that one. But I am going to restart the demo for strategic scheduling over here. Um, so let me just go ahead and restart that. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it here because I want to go through this like live myself, versus just doing it on the demo. Oh, we went too far. Okay. So the interactive worksheets, I'm going to stop sharing right now so I can pull that up and share only that screen, so you can see what what that looks like. I think you might have been on the live when I was doing it. That's possible, but if not, then I'm going to show it right now. So let me switch what screen I'm sharing and pull that up. All right, so this is the worksheet. Even if you didn't see it on the live, you'll get to see it today. Or if you did see it on the live, you get to see it again. So once you get this workbook, and anybody that is registered and attended, or attempted to attend, because I had some issues with the passcode. So if anybody reaches out like, hey, I was trying to get in, but I couldn't, they will get a copy of this too. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to pop it into the chat right now. Oh, you said you can't hear anything anymore. I'm muted. That's why. My bad. I'm muted. So I was saying, how you may have seen me do this demonstration on live when I was on TikTok, but either way, I'm going to do it again. And yeah, I'm just having all the technical difficulties today, right? You would think this is the first time I've ever done a class on Zoom, but it's totally not. But it seems like it. But anywho, so yes, I'm gonna go through the demo all over again. I'm actually gonna pop the link to the worksheet in the chat. Let me just get that link real quick, and then you can follow along. This is gonna be the actual thing. Now, if you don't have Adobe Acrobat already, you can download it, but um, the worksheet only works in Adobe Acrobat. So one second, I have to get to my window because it's missing in action. But yeah, so I'm going to send you the link to that right quick. And then we'll get started with the demo on the actual worksheet. So let me find that link. I just had it, but it's a hard thing, y'all, when you just doing everything yourself, and it's like, oh, okay, like if I had an assistant that could just like help me out, that would be amazing. But I don't have an assistant. It's just me. And usually a lot of the time I'll have somebody like assist me, but I didn't have anybody available to assist me today. So I'm just out here trusting God at this point. So I'm gonna get the link. Let me see. I had the link, but then I had to copy and paste the password. So now I got to start over. So that's the link, and you're going to want to download the actual PDF. And if you have Adobe Acrobat, open it up in there. If you don't have Adobe Acrobat, you can just watch me do the follow along, the demo, and we'll do it like that. Beach ball, we don't need that. We don't need that negativity in our lives. So once you open it up, it will look like this. This will be your cover, so you got the right thing. Obviously, it says strategic scheduling, so that's the right workbook. My disclaimer, if you purchase anything from me, that's on everything. And then to me, the most important part, that part I just said about opening it up in Adobe Acrobat, it will not calculate correctly if you open it in any other PDF viewer. So just to save the trouble of like trying to download some other different app, I always make sure to tell people to open these up in Adobe Acrobat. That is a free app. In the workbook, there's actually a link. If you don't have it, you can click the link and it will take you to Adobe's site where you can download the app. The app is free, so I'm not an affiliate of Adobe either. So I don't get paid to recommend Adobe. I don't get paid to make anything in Adobe. I just really like their product, and it does what I need it to do. So that's why I make these PDFs in Adobe Acrobat, because my PDFs usually are interactive in some kind of way. You can either type into the box or you can add things up or whatever. It'll do the math for you. So that's what this is. So I just want to go over the instructions always. because I do get emails from people like, I'm trying to open it and it's opening, but I can't do anything, or it's not adding it up. And it's like, I gotta keep saying it at Adobe Acrobat, gotta open it in Adobe Acrobat. So let me get off that and get into this worksheet. So I've already pre-filled some stuff in, obviously. This is the stuff I filled in the other day when I was live on TikTok. So I just left it in there because it's honestly for the sake of time, and by me having all those technical difficulties, I'm so happy I already filled this in, because that would have just taken more time. And, this has already gone over the time it should have taken because of that password issue with Zoom. And me and Zoom are going to have we're going to have it out, because I pay for Zoom. I'm not even using the free version of Zoom. So like, not too much on me. You know what I mean? So anyway, glad I filled this in, because those technical difficulties really put me behind. So pretty much you can see here on the left side of the screen are the lower ticket services, and then the right side of the screen are the higher ticket services. So in this example, the person would basically be listing out, okay, what are my main services I offer? How much do each of these services cost, and where do they fall? So they may have on one side things that are booked kind of often, but they're lower in ticket. And maybe things on the right side are booked less often, but they're a higher ticket, which is usually how it goes. Because like I said earlier, and it'll be in the replay because I'm pretty sure everybody missed it because of the password issue. Like I said earlier, clients do the same thing when they're booking appointments. They literally will look and see what is the cheapest thing you offer. If you offer 5 pedicures and one is 40 and then one is 140, only a small percentage of clients are going to just automatically pick the 140. Some people do want to get the highest price thing, but most people are going to go low to high in their mind. That's how we shop online. We usually sort low to high. It just is what it is. So we're sorting services low to high. We're putting low on one side, high on the other side, and we're looking at it. And it could be a thing of like, I offer gel manicures at 40, but nobody ever books that. Why am I even offering that? Maybe you want to do more of them, but nobody books it. There's no demand for it, at least not from you. Or maybe that's not what you post on your socials, so people don't even know that you offer that. So the type of people who would pay for that, they didn't even think to consider you. So you also have to think about that too. If it's something that you're barely getting booked for, maybe it doesn't even need to be offered. If the fewer options people have, the more likely they're actually willing to book you, honestly. I call it analysis paralysis, when you're offering too many different things and they're like, wait, I don't know what's what. It's too much going on. I don't know what to do. I'm just not going to do anything. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things. So this is how this page is set up. You have your low on one side, your high on the other side, and then I'll show you what this all means as we keep going. All right. So the second page of the worksheet is how you figure out what your income goal is going to be, how many days a week you're trying to work, and how many clients you're trying to see during the day. In this example, I have 4 clients on a day, because if you book it in 2-hour slots, 2-hour increments, that's going to be an 8-hour work day. That's a standard 8-hour work day. Some people are like, okay, well, I got to grind. I got to work 12 hours a day. That's fine. And it'll work for a minute until you get tired and exhausted and burnt out. And then you're like, wait, hold on. I can't keep working 12-hour days, 7 days a week, and actually like survive or have a life outside of my job. So I always set things to where it's working out to be an 8-hour day. So whether you're really fast and you get everybody done in an hour and you do 8 people a day, or whether you do 4 people a day, I highly encourage people to figure out how they can get to that standard 8-hour work day or less, instead of overworking themselves, doing 12-hour days, 16-hour days, coming in at 9, leaving at 11 p.m. That's just too much. And it's something that's not sustainable over time. And of course, we put the work days as 5, but again, you can change that out. And in the next page, you'll be able to see how it can work out to where you can actually hit your income goal without working the whole 5 days, just depending on your price points and your clientele. So basically 4 clients a day, 5 days a week, that's 20 clients, right? But you can see, I'll show you on the next page how that can actually end up being less than 20 clients. It could be, 12 clients. So it just depends, but you'll be able to kind of play around with the numbers and see what's working for you, right? Okay, and then your income goal, step 4, that's the thing. So in this example, our income goal is $1,000. Some people are like, oh, that would be amazing. Some people feel like that's not enough. It's going to be up to you based on what you offer and how many hours you're willing to work and how many clients you're willing to take, whether you reach your income goal. You know what I mean? So in this example, it's $1,000. That is not unheard of, especially, in higher cost of living areas. It's pretty easy to hit $1,000 once you get your clientele built up. But you can change it to whatever you want to change it to, just so you have a visual of like, what am I trying to make every week? Oh, heard a noise. And then the space below here, you can type right into this box. So you can say, I want to prioritize freestyles. And they're whatever price they are. We're going to just say they're 95. And you're typing right into that box to, kind of visualize what you have, what services you want to do more of, what you're charging for these services right now. If you have purchased the You Deserve a Paycheck workbook, you already know how much your products and your time and your space are costing you. So you should have your prices kind of set to where they make sense, and you're not just pricing because somebody told you that's what your price should be, whether it's low or high. Some people say, well, you need to charge more. It's like, okay, but does that make sense for you or your business? And some people are like, oh, that's too expensive, you should charge less. You have to work it out to where you understand why you're charging what you're charging, and you feeling like you're getting what you're worth, and you're able to do what you need to do and meet your goals. So this space here, you can type into this. You can hit enter and type the next line, whatever you need to do. And if you want to print this out, you can actually write into that box as well. All right, so this is the page I was talking about, the actual nitty gritty when we get into strategic scheduling. So I skipped on Sunday and Monday because I'm just going to say that this person's 5 days a week is Tuesday through Saturday, which a lot of beauty providers do not work on Sundays and Mondays anyway. It's kind of like the industry standard. So we're just going to leave it, right? All right. So on Tuesday, they did 1 encapsulated full set at $95. They did 3 fills basic at $50. Now these are only, oh, that's thunder. Okay. These are only examples. These are demo prices, demo services. So don't get too hung up on like what they are, or feeling like, oh, encapsulated is 95. I need to charge 95, or I charge more than that. Should I lower it? No, do whatever is working for you. These are just examples. So they did those 4 services. So this is their 4 clients, right? For the day, they're done. 4 clients. And then they did on Wednesday, they did a freestyle for 125. They did 2 of those. They did a gel manicure for 40. They did 1 of those. And then they did a basic pedicure for 40. So again, 4 clients, 2 services here, and then another 2 services down there. That's 4 clients. We're not going over 4 just in this example. And then Thursday, they only did 1 freestyle, 1 deluxe pedi, 1 fill with advanced designs, and 1 encapsulated full set, right? Okay, so they evenly distributed their services over the day, but they still only did 4 clients. So at the bottom, it's going to add up how much they made for the week. Now, that's what I was saying earlier. Depending on how your services are priced and how you set your schedule up, you could realistically hit your $1,000 goal or get very close to it without even working 5 full days. So if, for example, they had somebody, book another encapsulated full set on Friday for $95. And then, let me see, they got another fill-in with advanced designs for $75. Okay, so they decided I've already made $930 by Wednesday night. By the time I get off work Wednesday, I'm at 9:30. The goal is 1,000, right? Okay, so they're like, okay, well, I still have a couple more people coming in Friday, and now you're over your goal. So if you didn't have anybody else booked, you're off earlier today. So you're off early. You didn't work 8 hours. Um, and then you're over your goal. And technically, if you didn't have anybody else the rest of this week, you've made your goal in basically 3.5 days instead of 5. So you worked a lot less hours, but you actually hit your goal. Versus if we did strategic scheduling and changed this all out, let's just say we did only a field, 2 fields on this day, right? Well, let's just say we did 4 fields. So we'll say we did 4 fields this day. And we are taking off some stuff. So we're saying the clients are keep booking fields. They just booking fields back to back because that's your cheap service, right? We're booking all of these fields instead of these high ticket things, right? Let's just go all the way down. We're gonna change all of them to a field. And we're gonna take all of these away, and we're gonna see what happens when we swap out these low ticket. Let's say we did a basic pedi right here instead. If you offer pedicures, a lot of people don't, but if you do. Same thing here. We'll just do basic pedi here for 40. And then we'll do a fill basic here for 50. All right. Now look. Oh, look, we didn't hit our $1,000 goal. We took just as many people though. Took just as many clients. What is this? Let's see. 4 clients here, 4 clients here, 4 clients here, and 2 clients here. So we had 14 clients and we made $695 versus the other example where we had 14 clients and we made over $1,000. We exceeded our $1,000 goal with 14 clients versus falling $300 short of our goal with 14 clients. So yeah, this is exactly how it works. This is how you will be able to work it out. You can even go back and look at what you've been doing and say, okay, what did I make last week? How many clients did I have? And your booking app, that's why I said strategic scheduling. If you don't use a booking app, it does not have to be Acuity, but you need some sort of booking app that kind of keeps track of your clients for you and what they got and what they paid. So if you go back in your booking site and look at last week and say, okay, well, how many fill-ins did I do? How many full sets? Oh, yes, I can definitely put the chat link in the chat again. How many full sets? How many fill-ins did I do? How many pedicures did I do? Oh, okay. I don't know why. Wait. Okay, yeah, it's making me send this to everyone. My bad. There we go. Okay, so you can go back and look at what you've historically done and how that added up and how that stacked up and what services are being booked the most and what is the price point of your most booked services and how are you marketing those services. Because even I'll give you a little tidbit. If you do categorize your services, at one point my booking site was set to where I had a category called most popular services. Again, marketing psychology. I'm not going to get too deep into marketing on this class because I have another class that covers it a little more in depth. But if people come to your booking site and they see, most popular services, I want that. I want what, I'll have what they're having. It's a psychological thing. Everybody's going to tell you how they're so much of an individual and they go against the grain and they don't do what other people do. And that might be true, but at the end of the day, psychologically speaking, those most popular services, that's what they're going to want to gravitate to, not necessarily the stuff way at the bottom. And it's like, oh, okay, that gel manicure is way at the bottom. She doesn't have any pictures of that. I don't want that. Of course she doesn't want it. It's not at front and center. And it's not looking like, oh, this is in demand. This is what everybody is booking. And then when they click on it and they see it's not a lot of availability, I better get in because it's looking like this Saturday is the only appointment available. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit. If you want to categorize your services by saying most popular, frequently booked services, something like that, it will psychologically send a message to clients like, okay, yeah, these are the services I need to be booking. It is the price point. I won't say the price point won't matter, but it won't matter as much. So I'm going to pause. The PDF also comes with resources. Every PDF, I usually throw resources in the back of it. Some of them are affiliate links, some of them are not. Actually, most of them are not. But yeah, they all will come with something. And I just looked at this. I think I need to link my Shopify free trial. So I will make sure that is updated because it looks like I didn't link that. I'm telling y'all, working by yourself and doing everything yourself, it's stressful, y'all. Hire people if you can do it. If you can afford to do it, do it. And if you find somebody good, treat them good so they can help you for a long time. But I'm gonna pause. Do I have any questions? I'm gonna actually allow the everybody in here to be able to unmute if they want to. If there are any questions, or if you want to just type a question in the chat, that's fine too. If there's anything you want me to reiterate, go over again, let me know. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
The only thing I need is like I tried to open it. Mm-hmm. I downloaded Adobe Acrobat, but it's not automatically linking it to it. It keeps opening it in a browser instead.
Okay. So are you on a phone? You're on your phone, or you on a computer?
I'm on an iPad.
Okay, on the iPad. Let me. I think you can. I actually have my iPad next to me, but I think when you download it to your iPad, are you in Files? Because usually it'll download it right to your Files on your iPad.
Let's see if it does that. It has a link to like open. Let's see if it gives me the option. As more, like more,
yeah, like open it
apps
with, yeah, like
that you can open it with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. No, it's just bringing other things up.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so let me download. Okay, so if you, when it opens it in Google, because it basically is opening it up, I'm doing it on my iPad too. So when you open it and then you click that little share icon right next to, like right next to the search bar. I don't even know if you'd be able to see it, but I'm going to turn my iPad around. Hopefully you can see it.
Okay.
But it's right up there. That little share button is right next to where you would like type something in to try to Google something.
Hold on, let me open my screen a little bigger. Okay. Which one?
This little box with the arrow at the top.
Okay.
Okay, so once you click that, scroll down, and then it should be something that says save to files, like toward the bottom.
That wasn't giving me that option.
Are you on Google Chrome or on Safari?
Safari.
Okay, let me do it over there so we can. Oh no, I'm on Safari. Okay, that's weird. So if you scroll down, it doesn't say. It should say
save to file.
No. Copy all of that.
Yeah, copy and then all the favorites. None of them says save to file.
That is crazy. And I don't know. Do you have files installed on your iPad?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Okay, hold on. We're gonna figure this out.
Gives me, wait, I clicked something else on the side. I don't know what I clicked, and it gave me save to files now.
Oh, okay. Okay, awesome.
And then I turn on. I think I got it.
All right. So then once you're in your files, you can actually, you should be able to like hard press on it and it'll actually where you want to open it. So if you hard press it, let me see. Let me make sure before I tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So hard press it and it's gonna say share at the bottom. So it'll say share like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it should give you an option to open it up in Adobe Acrobat. If it's not, if the icon isn't there, just click on more and it should show you what apps will open that PDF.
I'm waiting for something open here. It's like it saved it and then it won't open it completely.
Is it like
this a little bit?
Is it like grayed out or something?
No, it's not grayed out. I select it, but it never opens the document.
That's weird.
It looks like it's opening something and then it doesn't have anything there.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to try something else. I'm going to grab my other device, but if you can go into the Adobe Acrobat app, you should be able to get to it that way as well. Let me do it. Okay, so open the Adobe app and at the bottom, that blue icon, tap that. I'm sorry, I got glare from my ring light. But that little blue plus sign.
The blue plus sign?
Yeah, tap that.
Okay.
Then tap open file. You can go to recent or on this iPad or however you want to do it. Recent should bring up anything that you've already opened. So you want to tap on this iPad. And then you can scroll.
That should be the scheduling one.
Yeah. So,
scheduling calendar.
Yep. And then once you tap it, click choose. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, but it opened it the same way. Let me see if I can resave it.
I was going to say also, if you're in Safari and you're trying to save it, tap on options right at the top here. Tap on options and then make sure it says PDF because it'll have automatic or PDF. My screen is like,
okay.
So maybe that's the reason it keeps doing that. And then just save it to files again.
Okay, let me try to open it again. Still the same. I gotta figure out what's going on with it.
Let me see. Is there a way you can like show me your screen just since we're on here? Don't worry about it. So when you were in Acrobat, it won't let you select the document.
Yeah, no, I select the document because it's called strategic scheduling with calculator.
Right. Yep.
And I click on it, but it's leaving it as if it was not even a blank document. It's as if it didn't open the document. Even though it's there, it's not open.
This is so strange to me. Now when you do click on it in the Adobe app, it should say choose at the top, because it will look like you're just tapping it and it's not doing anything. But you have to like click choose.
Yeah, no, I tapped it and then it opened.
But it's blank.
But it's blank, yeah.
I just wish I could like duplicate it. Because if I can make it do the same thing, then we would be.
Yeah, what is doing?
Yeah, it's like I can't. It's like working over here, and I don't know. And I've done it. I like opened it on 2 different devices to make sure it wasn't like, oh, you got to have a certain update or whatever. I don't know. That's so strange.
In there, yeah. This is weird.
This is weird, and I just
but it opened like in the browser. It's working in the browser.
Are you able to do the calculations in the browser, or is it like calculating, or you can just type into the boxes in the browser?
I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay, I see it. Okay, I put step 2, I put 4, and then step 3, I put 5. And then what is your income goal each week? 1,000. Well, it already had those in here. I'm trying to see.
Like it should do it on that page with the days of the week on it. Those are the ones where it should add it up at the bottom. So like try putting something in like one of the middle columns and then a number in the 3rd column and see if it'll do it.
Okay. No, it won't let me edit those.
Yeah, because it's got to be an Adobe Acrobat.
Yeah.
I really want this to work. Like, I don't understand why it's like it's working on one device and not working on another. That's so like crazy to me.
On the other, yeah.
Like,
there's got to be something to it that.
Try closing out of the Adobe app and closing out of files and see if that'll like maybe work.
Okay. I hate that it even opens it in the browser. Like, just go to the app.
Right. Or ask, it would be nice if it would just ask you
Exactly.
what app
Which
you
one
want to
to
open
use.
it in. Yeah. Let me see. Is there a way? I think you can see your downloads when you're in Safari. Maybe that might be a way to get it to do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't see where. It usually brings it up on the screen. Yeah, this is gonna be a fight.
Okay, so I'm gonna email it to you. I don't know if maybe it's because I put it on Google, like Google Drive.
Try to email it. I'll see
That might be the problem. I don't know. I'm just gonna email you like literally the PDF, not a link to it, just the actual PDF. And we'll see if that does it.
If that works.
What's your email? Just if you could put it in the chat, and then I'll just copy and paste it so I don't get it wrong. Because I just looked at my passcode that I resent to everybody, and it looks like I still got the passcode wrong, which is why nobody else came. Like, what a day it's been.
The one that went in the email?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, because I don't know.
It added more characters to
I don't know what those that last word, hide. I don't know why that's there and what happened. But it's no wonder it didn't work. I was like, so okay, they got the passcode. Where are they? They're not coming because they're probably still like, okay, that didn't work either. This has been a mess. Let me see. Let me get back to Zoom so I can get the email. Terrible. And I did copy and paste that password, and it still didn't.
And it still did, yeah.
It's still added.
Like if you don't, I don't know, with these computers these days, or everything with the phones and everything, if you don't like triple check everything you do,
and it's like
then check it again.
Yeah, and then you're like, I'm live on this class, and I'm trying not to like take too long, so I'm trying to just hurry up. And clearly, I missed something.
Okay.
All right, so I just wait. What are you talking about? I'm not trying to send anything through Google Drive. What are you talking about?
That's exactly the other thing is doing. Well, I everything to Google Drive, and I'm like, I don't need Google Drive. I didn't ask you for Google Drive.
I literally just copied your email and then pasted it, and then it's still giving me a Google Drive link in the to field when I'm trying to send the email. Like, why are you like this? Okay. That was my computer telling me I can't copy that. Is that what that's telling me? Okay. All right, well, we're gonna try. Gmail.com. I don't know why it wouldn't paste it. Okay. Looks like it worked. I hope.
Let's see.
PDF. Let me send it. Hopefully it goes through. It works. I don't know why it won't let me copy this.
Open with. Why is it not showing Adobe? It's showing me LUMIN PDF.
Try,
but it's not.
let me see. Hold on. Try when it asks you open with, when it says more, or I think it's at the bottom where it says edit settings or something like that, like edit actions. You should be able to add the Adobe app as an action.
Connect more apps.
Yeah.
Is what I read. And from there, it doesn't give me things that are on my computer or iPad. It's giving me, let's see, Adobe Acrobat add-on. Let's click that. Install. It's already installed.
Oh my gosh.
This is a mess.
Oh my gosh. Okay, try opening also what I just sent you. Now, did you download that or did you just open your Gmail app and try to?
Which one, the Adobe?
Yeah, just open Adobe and try to open what I just sent you in the email, the actual PDF, not the link.
Okay. You just sent me like another one, right?
Did I send it twice? I just sent it once, I think.
Okay, once, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm in there, I click on it. It opens it like one of those preview.
Yeah, right.
Kind of views.
Yep, and then in the upper corner.
So then.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Adobe Acrobat for Google Drive. Let's see, hold on. Let's see if that opens it. Because it actually gave me another option now. I told this thing to open it already. Oh, okay. Okay, I just checked off a bunch of things on there, and I think it finally gave it to me. So now let's change some numbers and see.
Let's cross our
It's letting me change the numbers, so I think it's working now.
Is it adding it up at the bottom in that yellow box, that yellow circle?
Yes.
Okay.
So I changed some numbers and it's giving me 930. So
okay, awesome. So what was I gonna say? I think I need to add some instructions. Well, I don't know. Because technically,
I don't know what it is.
yeah, I think I need to add instructions because this means basically if somebody opens it up in their email, they're gonna need to know
they're having a hard time.
Yeah, how to get it, how to actually get it to open in Adobe, because it doesn't just automatically open in Adobe. Which I knew that, but I don't know, it just never like dawned on me that like, yeah, well, they are going to get emailed the file. So, and if you have the Gmail app, it's going to probably give you problems. I do so much stuff on my laptop that I'm always like out of touch, I guess, when it's like, okay, how do you do this on a phone? How do you do this on an iPad? So I'm glad you got it. Did you want to go over
again
how to do the different stuff in here, or?
No, I think I pretty much got it. I understood. I understood it all. It's just about basically working in and adding some of the services in that I do into it.
Yeah. It's pretty, like I was saying earlier, it's pretty simple concept. Obviously, the hardest part was getting the PDF to open. But yeah, it's pretty simple, like kind of just restricting how often somebody can book your lower ticket stuff. Why does my eyelash look weird? But it's like, if you know, my lash girl was telling me how she started to do it, and it kind of sucked for me because then I'm like trying to book and I'm like, dang, I can only come on Wednesday, because she put hers to only do lash fills on Wednesdays. So it was like, you know, because she was like, okay, I have more time on a Saturday. I don't want to spend my whole Saturday doing the lower ticket services, meaning I'm doing more people because I got to make the money, you know, versus putting the fills on a Wednesday, and it's faster. Wednesday was her slow day anyway. So now she has people actually booked on Wednesday. So it's not her slow day anymore. So yeah, I think you know, it's a pretty simple concept. It's just that a lot of us don't think about like, oh, okay, if I need to make $200 a day, then I just need to do 4 people at $50. And it's like, you know, or you could do 2 people at 100, just saying, you know?
Yeah, this is true.
So yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's like getting it all like organized and, you know, laid out on paper or even on a screen to see it and be like, okay, cool. Like, you know, and also having those services where it's like, I think I said this on one of my lives where I was like, some people will be like, oh, well, you know, a full bling set is my most expensive set. And I'm like, but how often is somebody booking that? Like, are you doing full bling sets every single week? Or, you know, are you only doing those every now and then? And it's like, that's not something that would really fit with strategic scheduling, because if people aren't booking it anyway, it's like, yeah, technically I could get my income goal faster if I'm doing all bling sets all the time. But if I barely ever do them, it's like, that doesn't need to be taking up space in the availability, you know?
Exactly. I had to learn that with doing hair.
Yeah.
Because it's like some people come in and want one thing, and here it is, because this one person came and got curly, you know, 2 braids with curly ends. Now you put in your schedule and nobody gets that except for that one person.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
like, just add the charge on there when they come.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. And it's even less confusing too when it's like all these different add-ons and all these different types of stuff. The client is going to look at your site and be like, wait, what is this? Now, what makes this different from that? And that looks almost like that service. And it's like you said, just add on whatever it is once they come. Like, this is your base service. And then if you get to add in stuff on once you get there, we'll give you the price or whatever. It's just easier, you know, and they're more likely to book initially if it's like, okay, this is simple, braids, you know, 2 braids straight to the back. That's simple enough for them. They can tell them, you know, they can tell you when they get there, they want the ends to be curly. Or, you know, you can even put that in your intake form and be like, you know, are there any other things you want to say, anything you want to add, any comments? So they can be like, yeah, I know I booked 2 braids straight to the back, but can you make the ends curly? I just want to tell you ahead of time. So yeah, or you know,
it's an extra charge.
Yeah, or they can upload a picture and say, this is actually the look I'm going for, but this is the closest thing I saw on your booking site. So this is what I want though. You know, so yeah, I think that's definitely a good way to look at it. It's like, keep it simple and then add on as you need to. Yeah, so any other questions, any other things you want me to go over before we get off of here?
No, that's pretty much it. It's like pretty straightforward.
It was like a one-on-one because only me and you here, because
exactly, I do, right?
me and my link and my password that was wrong twice. Like, girl.
I was like, oh my goodness, what can I get on?
Yeah, it's like, this needs to be an encore or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh boy.
All
But I
right.
guess it's sending the recording to people. They'll
Yes.
be able to, you know.
I'll send you the whole thing.
And see, at least.
Ironically, I did rehearse this yesterday and record it all. Thank God. So I'll probably just send you that.
Okay.
And then this one will be scrapped because this was like a whole like shit show.
It's all good. It happens.
Yeah, so I'll update that and the instructions of how to get it out of your Gmail app as well.
Gmail. Okay.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your patience.
You're welcome.
And I will see you on the internet streets. Bye.
Say that again.
I said I'll see you in these internet.
You cut out a little bit there.
I'll see you in these internet streets.
Yes.
All right. Have a good night.
Yes.
Bye.
All right. You too. Bye.
You can stop converting. Stop. Had issues. I cannot hear others. I cannot see others. I'm not going to submit feedback. That was my fault. But what is still live? I'm still live? I thought I was ending this live. Child. In the live.